Hello everyone, myself Sandeep Javheri, Department of Civil Engineering from Walchand Institute of Technology, Solapur. In today's session, we are going to discuss shotcrete and guniting. Actually, these are the methods to be used in repair works. For example, repair of RCC wall, repair of wall in case of water tank, repairs of many structures like tunnels or canal lining work, etc. We are going to use shotcrete and guniting. The learning outcome, at the end of this session, students will be able to explain repair techniques using shotcrete and guniting. Normally, guniting process is done for the member which have small thickness, such as the hume pipes, sewer pipes, etc. And shotcreting process is done for a member having a large thickness. For example, a concrete wall having a thickness ranging from 80 to 200 mm, like that. This process involves a mortar or small aggregate concrete that is sprayed with air power onto surfaces at high velocity. The force of the concrete spray consolidates and compacts the material and ensures that it adheres to the host surface. So what are the new material which are adding on the older surface that is going to be adhered with the old surface? Now there are two kind of process, one is wet process and another is dry process. So let us see what is dry process and what is wet process. In dry process, let us consider stepwise. Step number 1, pre-blended dry or semi-dampened materials are placed into shotcrete equipment and metered into a hose pipe. In step number 2, a compressed air is conveys materials at high velocity to the nozzle where the water is added. So here water is added at the end when the material, that is dry material, is coming near the hose pipe or near the nozzle end. Now in step number 3, then the material is consolidated on receiving surfaces by high impact velocity. So you can see in the dry process, this is an air compressor which passes the air with the pressure, and there is a cement gun where the material is going to be mixed, and through this pipe, that is a flexible pipe, the dry cement and sand is going to be passed here due to the pressure generated by the air compressor. And at this nozzle end, there is a pipe which controls the inlet for water, and that is directly mixed at this location. So that is why this process is called dry process, because the water is not added initially during mixing of ingredients such as cement, sand or aggregates. So what are the advantages of dry process? It is easy to start up and shut down and clean up. Control of materials is on site. Nozzle man can do the work up to 1000 feet horizontally or 500 feet vertically from the gun. So there is a skilled nozzle man is required to work at site, and the capacity of doing the work is around, he can do the shotcreting or guniting work with a dimension of 1000 feet horizontal and vertical dimension of 500 feet in one day. But it requires a very skilled person to complete this activity. Now this is a flow diagram which again will give the clear idea about the dry process. So here nozzle is provided at the end. So his cement, sand, stone and steel fibers, it is optional. So that can be mixed here in a mixer, and then it is going to feeder end. You can accelerate this work by using accelerators. This dry mix shotcrete machine, it is going to be supplied to the delivery hose, and this can be done by compressed air, which applies the pressure to pass this material at the hose end with a sufficient velocity. And at this end of nozzle, here there is a water line is there, which is going to be added with the pressure, and this dry material is mixed with the water, and it is going to be sprayed on the surface where the repair work is required. So this dry process is very popular nowadays. Now let us consider another process, that is wet process. Here all ingredients including water are thoroughly mixed and introduced into the shotcrete equipment. Step number 2, wet material is pumped to the nozzle where compressed air is introduced. Step number 3, mostly wet process shotcreting is done with premixed mortar or small aggregate concrete. Now what are the advantages of wet process? Here little or no formwork is required. Then cost effective method for placing the concrete, ideal for irregular surface applications, allows for easier material handling in areas with difficult access. If there is less space available for repairing work, then it is easy to do the shotcreting or guniting by using wet process. So material handling will be easy in that situation. This is a wet mix process. So this is a ready mix truck. Now this is a concrete is going to be pumped here, and this air compressor is there. So all these ingredients are mixed and they come to at the nozzle end. So a nozzle man is there who is going to spray this concrete on the surface. This is a steel reinforcement, you can see here, which is provided on the old concrete, and this shotcrete or guniting process is going to be happen on these surfaces. Now what are the advantages of gunite and shotcrete? As we know, the placing and consolidation and compaction is happened on the concrete at the same time. Similarly, the aggregate which are used is of size 3/8 inch, which helps to improve quality, and it is also manageable. Then the concrete or the mortar adheres to the surface better than the regular concrete, because it is going to be applied or sprayed with a high velocity onto the older surface on which repair work is carried out. It can be mixed with steel fiber as a replacement for welded wire mesh, which offers better flexural strength, ductility and toughness. Generally less expensive than traditional concrete, and also it reduced shrinkage and having lower permeability. So these are the advantages of guniting and shotcrete method. Gunite or shotcrete can be used in many specially applications. It has specially applications such as slope stabilization, dome construction, tunneling, retention walls, water tanks and pools, artificial ponds, ditches and channels, as structural reinforcement in mining as well as in dikes and dams. Now these are the images which gives the guidelines about shotcrete and guniting process. So you can see this is a reinforcement which is provided in a shear wall, in front of shear wall, and this shotcreting process is going to be happen, and this process is carried out by this nozzle man. This is again same picture. This person, nozzle man, is carrying out the shotcreting process on the floor as well as shear wall. Now this is a work of graniting or shotcreting is done in a tunnel lining. Now you are supposed to pause the video and answer these questions. These are the answers. These are the references that we are using for creation of this video. Thank you.